Excuse me, what's your name?
My name is James Joyce.
And James Joyce, where did you work?
I formerly worked at Bathcraft, American Bath Group.
Mm-hmm. And what's your experience there?
Well, my experience there was it wasn't a great place to work, but if you have to have employment, sometimes you have to do things that you choose not to, and that was my experience. I was there 5 years. It hadn't always been terrible,
Okay.
but it got to that point.
Everything you need to get. This is the Get To Free Press, and I'm George Bathcraft Ryan. I'm in Valdosta, Georgia. This morning I was called by Bobby Worthy from Waycross, Georgia, and he told me about what was posted on Facebook. And he sent me some pictures, which I'm going to share in this video. And so we went to Bathcraft, but since we wasn't sure of what was going on, we said we need to contact some live bodies so we can find out what these pictures are all about. So today we met because we have some concerned citizens. And so if you don't mind, again, I'm George Bathcraft Ryan. I'm the Get To Free Press, Boston G.B.R. on YouTube, website georgebostonryans.com or bostongbr.com. And look here. Now I want you to listen and let some individuals talk to you about these pictures. I can't talk about them because I don't know a damn thing about it. And what's your name?
My name is Daryl Lamar Davis.
And
Senior.
okay, and was you the one that I talked to this morning?
Yes, sir.
You called me, right?
Yes, sir.
I didn't call you, did I?
No, sir.
Why did you call to Get To Free Press?
Because it was action needs to be took, and no one would lead me to the right, direct path. So when someone called me named Bobby, told me to get in touch with you, we can go a little further with this. I did.
Okay.
I couldn't say there's a lot of racism going on there.
You think a lot of racism?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's one of the reasons I left there, because I was cornered in the office with 4 guys, which I could have put my supervisor or anything in, but they wouldn't let me do that. And they talked to me very badly. That's the reason I left.
Excuse me, what's your name?
My name is James Joyce.
And James Joyce, where did you work?
I formerly worked at Bathcraft, American Bath Group.
Mm-hmm. And what's your experience there?
Well, my experience there was it wasn't a great place to work, but if you have to have employment, sometimes you have to do things that you choose not to, and that was my experience. I was there 5 years. It hadn't always been terrible,
Okay.
but it got to that point.
Why are you here? Why did you take time out to come here today?
Because I'm not satisfied with this. I wouldn't care if I was a former employee or just an ordinary citizen that seen it. I do not appreciate this. I have kids, I have grandkids, I have loved ones, and I don't think anybody should have to go through what my grandparents. I thought my grandparents was the one that, experienced this and went through this type of situation. I never thought I'll be one of the ones that face this. To me, it says it's going to hell. It's just the truth. I think they got a lot of supporters supporting our president, and through him and his views, they just bold now. They just coming out and don't care. And this is one of the things that I see that, just show me they don't even, they don't hide it anymore. They don't care. They don't consider us as humans, I assume.
Excuse me. What's your name?
My name Captain Wade.
And what kind of work do you do?
Fiberglass. I used to work at this company once. I worked there for 4 years.
What company are you talking about?
Bathcraft. The name of it now is Aquatic. American Bath Group. But I'm currently employed at a better job, better paid, and treat the people way better. I've been there going on the 8th will make a month that I've been there. And that's what looking at this disturbing picture right here has a lot to do with one of the reasons I chose to leave that job.
Okay. Well, since you was not there and you didn't see what you're talking about there, look at number 1, picture label mark number 1. Okay, just hold it up and tell me in your own words what that means to you. Although you wasn't there, what does that mean to you, and what is it?
Hang a black man. That's what that means. You see the Noose right there behind the flag. And in this particular area, now let me remind you, I was a supervisor there. This particular area is only authorized to maintenance. That's the maintenance guy right there. This area is only authorized to him all day, every day. So for that to be hanging there, he got to have acknowledgement of it. Either he did it or he know who done it. Because that's his area. He's held accountable for that area. So I don't see no other employees being able to come out their workstation to do this in a proper manner of timing and not be caught. Okay. Only a person who authorized to that area have that time.
Very much a reflection. I feel like this. That same picture right here. If they would have had somebody would have had a Black Panther sign up there, whatever black man that was responsible in that area, they'd have been fired right then. No questions there. They'd have got rid of would have been a Black Panther flag up there. That black man would have been fired who over that work area. He would have been no question there.
Okay, but that's a United States flag. There's nothing wrong with the flag, is it?
No, it's the noose behind the flag, in front of the flag.
Okay, the noose. Okay, we can't see it. Pick up the bigger one because we can't even see it. Oh, so that's
the problem.
That's the problem. And do you think the managers, supervisors, corporate office knew anything about that type of feelings or that type of thing going on?
They're aware of it because 90% of the blacks that work there, they get underpaid. And 90% of the blacks that get fired from there or resign from there, 90% of the blacks don't get unemployment. But if you go back and check the books, the records, the white folks get theirs. Every black man that fired for unemployment, they fight against it. You never get it. Because they're going to go back because of the color of your skin.
They write it up wrong.
They write it, when you leave, they don't put on their paperwork why you really left. They write it up in a way where you won't be able to get your unemployment.
That's right.
But the whites get there.
Okay, what's your name again?
Kelvin Wade.
Kevin, wait, hold on just 1 minute, okay?
I was a supervisor there, so all of us worked together. Once they departed from that job, the proper way to write it up, is not written up the proper way. You're writing this paperwork up as if they quit or they just refuse to work to deny the unemployment
For the black people.
For the blacks. So now when they go fight for the unemployment, for whatever circumstance it is for them having to leave, now when they go get their paperwork, they're like, man, that didn't happen. You wrote this up wrong. It's nothing said. Push up on the rug. And the reason being because so many people have kept their mind closed over the years, letting them get away with it. But that's why we're here now, to let our voices be heard, to motivate other people that still stuck in this work environment. Because what's not fair to me, like I said, I was a supervisor. Give me chill talking about it. I was a supervisor. If I would have came in to that morning, like I said, it's not the flag the problem, it's the nuisance. That guy who's authorizing that area, if he didn't do it, I would have tore it down because I wouldn't have wanted to disturb nobody else from seeing that ignorance. He didn't tear it down. I got the picture sent to me that morning. You went and got some black guy to show them what's hanging up here, like it's a game, like it's really a game, like because I'm far from prison. I almost far from prison, so I ain't gonna condone nothing that I don't entertain. I don't entertain racism. So why should a company as good as Quad 56 supposed to be with all these vendors? Why would you support that? Why would you still let that same maintenance man who authorized in that area still be employed there? But only excuse you can give it, you can't prove he did. You can't prove he did it. He's the only one authorized in that area. Now remind you, it's only one shift. So in order for you to do that, if you didn't do it that day before you got on, you had to do it early that morning before the shift started. Maintenance the first one in that building every morning. Everybody know who got keys to that gate. Maintenance they the first ones in there. So you had to do it. If you didn't do it that evening before you got on, you came in there before everybody started shift and you hung that. You could already probably had the flag up, but you throw that nuisance up. You had to do that in the time when everybody else was working, where nobody couldn't just say, oh, I just seen the maintenance man over there doing that. That's an authorized area. Nobody, I was a supervisor there. Nobody's authorized to be in that area but maintenance.
Gotcha. Greetings, I'm George Boston Ryan with the Get To Free Press, and we see another new situation in the state of Georgia, and we see that this has been reported on the news in the state of Georgia, and it reads that an apology was issued over a ribbon showing named mascot, and this was a ribbon distributed prior to a football scrimmage game this month, August 2019. It showed that the opposing school mascot was hanged by a noose. And the report says Henry County School Board of Education posted a Facebook statement on Friday that said the message was unintentional. Since you all talked yesterday, do you have anything else you want to share that you might not have known yesterday and you want to share for the benefit of the count? What this is nothing more than an account of what's going on, and hopefully others will step up. And before it's happened, you all met somebody else that want to talk, just talk to us.
Yes, I like I said, I still got friends that work there. So I still communicate with a lot of men and women that work there. And I don't mind being a voice for the ones who still there and the ones that gonna come along after all this. But I learned something yesterday from talking to y'all guys. Y'all gave me a lot of wisdom yesterday. So the day while I was at work, I was contemplating on the conversation we had. And one of the things that caught my attention was the noose in front of the flag. Right then, for everything that I ever done, every time I went to prison, for my acts of breaking the law, I was investigated and I was prosecuted. That particular scene that morning when they came up, that was a crime scene. So in my mind, after communicating with y'all yesterday, my mind, I'm thinking, why wasn't authorities notified? Not saying VPD didn't do their job, not saying Lyons County Sheriff Department didn't do their job, but they never was notified. As a plant manager, as a supervisor, somebody should have called the authorities first, because that could have easily got out of hand between the cultures. Easily could have got out of hand. So authorities should have been called, because when I get out of that, I'm a forensic type of person. I watch a lot of forensic. DNA hanging right there. So when you're trying to figure out who put it there, DNA is on that nuisance.
So from what you were telling us today that we didn't get into yesterday, this noose automatically generates some type of a hate crime.
That's right.
Or a crime scene.
That's right.
That should be investigated.
That's right.
By somebody at that company who cares about living beings enough
That's right.
to investigate to call 911, the police, or at least his home office of the plant to let somebody know that something ain't right here.
That's
But
right.
so nobody did that.
Nobody done that because inside that plant, your investigation ain't gonna stand firm. She let authority done their job, handle it the proper way. That's supposed to be in the bag. That's evidence. All that's supposed to be evidence. But it never was taken properly. It never called authority. Nobody never called authority. I get a call today, they just taking the flag down. Authority of the police, VD, Lyons County Sheriff Officer already had this tagged and bagged as exhibit A, B, whatever they want to use it for. Because it had everything that I did wrong in my time of breaking the law, I was investigated and I was prosecuted. I feel the person who done this need to be investigated and prosecuted.
Now let me ask you a question. Why didn't you call 911 when you saw it?
I wasn't there. I quit that job on July the 8th.
If you were there, would you have called?
If I was there, I would have called the police and I would probably lost my job that day. If I was
And you said that yesterday, didn't you?
yeah, I would have probably lost my job. If I was there, I would have called the police, and 9 times out of 10, I could bank it. I would have lost my job that day because I wouldn't have went in there and done no work. The work part was over with when I came in and seen that. Automatically, you pose a threat to me when I see that. To me, I can't speak for everybody else, but for me, you pose a threat for me. So you wouldn't have got no tub. You can't just put all your time into a tub. You got to care about the people. I wouldn't have put my hand on damn tub. Authorities should have been out there handling this the proper way. It was a crime scene. Caution tape should have been up right there.
That's a good point. Now, you said that you know of other people that may come forth and talk, and I know you told me something earlier, we don't even want to touch that, about what he may have.